الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان.
Assalamu alaikum, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Revelation Experience. I'm Meraj Mohiuddin. Today we're going to be covering Surah Adiyat. Now, in the last episode, we did Surah Al-Asr, and I asked you guys to do some homework. So I hope you guys were able to actually make that list. If you didn't, I want you to feel really guilty right now. But if you did, that's great. And if you didn't do it, just please follow my lead on this one. I'm telling you, just trust me on this process, okay? There's one time I'm going to really ask you to just trust me. Trust the process that I'm creating here for you and do the deeds. Don't turn this. It's so easy. Trust me, I'm the first to want to just read books and just flip to the next page and, oh, this is interesting. Tell me something new and interesting. Please stop and do the homework and just help somebody. Make that intention to help somebody. Make the list. You're not going to achieve your goals if you don't set measurable kind of sub goals that you can check off to get to where you want to go, right? This is really important. You have to actually get concrete about which direction you're going in life. And, as I said in my introduction to this entire series, this is the way I would teach Islam to my own children. And one of the important lessons I would teach my own children is how to set goals and then how to achieve those goals. And the only way that happens is if you actually write down the goal and then make a list of all the sub goals that are going to get you to where you want to be and actively check them off, check those boxes off. Because if it's just like a dream, oh, I want to be this one day, and you're not actually checking off boxes, you're not going to make it to that point. So that's a lesson I would tell my own kids. So in the thing that is most important to us in life, which is our deen and where we are going, we better make checkable checklist goals for that, because we're making checklist goals about getting the groceries and making sure we pick up some chicken and making sure we get, our kids' favorite ketchup and stuff like that. So we can certainly make a checklist about the most important thing in our lives. So now, let's move on to Surah Al-Adiyat, okay? This surah, again, early Meccan surah, very powerful surah because it calls upon some very powerful imagery that was very present in the mind of the Arabs, of the Quraysh who were listening to these surahs. It might be a little bit more distant and removed for you listening to this right now because it's calling on the imagery of horses charging in the desert. See, you have to understand, the Arabs, they lived in a time where horses were like one of the most valuable things to them, right? It was a means of conveyance. It was a means of pride. People used it to fight in battles. And for that reason, this is the way we look at cars and automobiles and, gun culture and all the stuff that especially guys get so proud about owning and collecting. And horses were it for the Arabs. They were just the most beautiful creatures that had so much power and grace, and they were very useful also. So Allah is calling upon these charging horses. The surah begins,
وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ صُبْحًا فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا.
by charging horses, breathless, panting, striking sparks, assault by dawn, raising dust, pacing forward in the battle, storming on. Right? You can just imagine, close your eyes and imagine these horses pounding through the desert. There's dust being kicked up, sand, dirt being kicked up by their hooves. And you can feel the ground shaking. And you can hear them whining, and they're uneasy, and they want to charge. They're stallions. There's energy in the air. The Arabs knew this stuff. I have to recreate this a little bit for you guys. It's not something that most of us have experienced. But it's not hard to get yourself to that place where you can start understanding what this surah is trying to create, the energy it's trying to create.
وَالْعَادِيَاتِ ضَبْحًا فَالْمُورِيَاتِ قَدْحًا فَالْمُغِيرَاتِ صُبْحًا فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا.
Now take this energy of these horses who are kind of clawing away at the dirt, charging forward in these directions that they're going. And now what Allah does is He pivots all this energy He's pent up in the listener, this exhilaration, this dynamic power. And Allah takes that energy and He pivots and He turns it back on the listener. Thankless man is of his Lord, and oh, how well he shows it. His lust for worldly wealth is real, and oh, how fierce and fervent. Knows he not when the graves lie empty and secrets are all shown, that his Lord about him on that day will long have known. So in this translation, Yahya Amrik actually does a rhyme with it, which is really kind of cool the way he does that. But the point here is that this energy of these horses, it's almost like us, pounding through the earth, clawing for more money, fierce, snorting, just these guttural instincts, more money, I want more, I want more. And Allah is saying that we're so thankless, not we, but humankind in general. And how well He shows His thanklessness to Allah. His lust for worldly wealth is real. Oh, it's super real. I've seen this for myself. Sometimes I'm shocked by how much people are willing to do to get more money. And then Allah says, doesn't He know when the graves are empty, right? Meaning we're resurrected and all the secrets are shown. That on that day, Allah is going to know everything about us. He's going to know about every grunt, every snort, every charge we made for more money. Don't we know that Allah is going to know every single thing that we try to do here?
أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
And so this surah is like a big wake up call. Sorry if that was loud in your ears, but that's what the surah is. It's using this imagery to wake people up. It's one of those surahs that I like to say, if surahs had personalities, this is one of those surahs that grabs you by the shoulders and just shakes you, and your head is kind of flipping back and forth, and it's shaking you wake up, wake up. Don't be one of these people who are just charging in crazy directions, looking for every dime that they can get. Because Allah is watching you. Wake up. Don't live this life, right? So for those of you listening right now, maybe we're all dealing with our own challenges. Some of us are more attached to money. Some of us are more attached to popularity. We're all attached. No one is free from this. The best of us is attached, just like any other person. We have attachments that we're constantly fighting. None of us is completely unattached, I would imagine, listening to this right now. Certainly I'm not. I have my own vices. But this is a shaking wake-up call for us, this surah. Come on, guys, let's get it together. This lulled life, right? In the 21st century, right? We thought everything was going well. Look how we're destroying the world. We're destroying the environment. We're doing so many things. Wake up. Shake up, right? Let's reset. And we know we can just Control-Alt-Delete. Allah taught Adam, peace be upon him, in the very beginning, Control-Alt-Delete, reset. Make tawbah, turn back to Allah, and everything that came before that, wiped clean. We believe in this. This is our faith. That's the beauty of our faith, is we believe in Allah's power, His rahmah. He's Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, and He'll wipe out whatever we have done in the past, and tomorrow you can start again, new day. And so that's what we're talking about here. So this is a big wake-up surah. I'm going to end this surah with one full recitation of the entire surah. I like to do that, especially for these shorter surahs, so you can feel the full impact of it. So let's take a listen.
والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
So that ends this episode of the Revelation Experience. I want to end with one final hadith talking about money and wealth, because this is something that comes up so many times in the Qur'an. It seems like there's this incredible emphasis on breaking yourself from the desire of money. And it's very difficult in this time and age, because that's pretty much the very prevalent, most commonplace paradigm that most people are living by, is that the more money you have, the better, the happier you will be. And it's a lie. Social scientists have shown this, psychologists have shown this. It's like very clear in the literature that more money will not bring you more happiness. Okay, but yet we think we can beat the system. We think we're better than every other human being. And so I wanted to end with this hadith right here from Ibn Majah, which says that the Prophet ﷺ said that whoever focuses upon this world and its wealth alone, then God will scatter his affairs, and his poverty will be ever present before his eyes. He won't get from the world any more than what's been allotted for him. Whoever focuses his intentions upon the next life, then his affairs will be brought in order for him, and his true wealth will be placed in his heart. The wealth of the world will then come to him anyway, even though he didn't strive for it. And if you talk to people who truly are connected to Allah, they say this over and over again. I don't know. The money just came. I worked hard, but I just believed in Allah and the money came. Whereas if you talk to people who are constantly talking about money, what are they always complaining about? Oh, I can't believe I got gypped on this. I didn't get that contract. These people, they totally, undercut me. They're always complaining about money. I see this every time I roll into the doctor's lounge. For the doctors out there who are listening, you know this. The conversation, unfortunately, goes to money, at least with certain doctors. Always, they took away their contract and they did the. They're constantly talking about money. Meanwhile, these people make more than 98% of the people in society, and yet they're always just preoccupied with money. So this idea of making more money will make you happier and will free you from money is actually the opposite. And we see that in the wisdom of the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him, in the hadith that he shared with us and in the Qur'an itself. So I'll end with that. In the next episode, we are going to be talking about Surah Kawthar, another short and beautiful surah. So let's get into that soon. So from all of us here recording at the studio, I will see you guys soon. Assalamu alaikum.
إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون أولئك أصحاب الجنة خالدين فيها جزاء بما كانوا يعملون.